Hey everybody, welcome back. Figured since I had the Amazon watches and one is a G-Shock leg, I'd compare it to an actual G-Shock. This isn't going to be super in-depth, but I just kind of wanted to top line the differences. So here's the two. I have the G-Shock Rescue, that's the model, and then the Amazon G-Shock. It doesn't really have a model name. It's basically called their digital chronograph watch. I said in the last video, go check if you want the specific name. But looking at them right away, the first thing that jumps out is the display size on the Amazon one is much bigger. And it's, I kind of want to say it's more clear. It's easier to read. The font's bigger. The screen takes up a little more, and it's the backlighting naturally is the digital kind of texture of the back is a little more contrasty than on the regular G-Shock, which is interesting. The bracelets are different. I definitely do prefer the rubber band here on the actual G-Shock when it comes to quality and feel. But I do love this kind of ribbed feature on the Amazon one. That way it kind of naturally settles in right at the hole each time. The regular G-Shock, let me just pop it off here. Just easier to show it with them on the thing. Has those kind of wrist supports on the inside like that, which kind of help it sit nice on the wrist. The Amazon one does not. So that is just, it's not necessarily going to sit as beautifully on the wrist, but it wears almost the same. And here you have the two of them side by side off of the pillow. Yeah, I feel like the face is just a little bit easier to read there on the Amazon one, which is surprising. Functionality, they both do the same things. The Rescue is obviously going to have a lot more. It's tied in with the tides. But as I showed in the last one, this one that's your chronograph. There's your alarm. There's setting of the date. The setting of the watch itself, and there's the watch itself. Here you got your actual time, then there's your tide set, and then your stopwatch 1, stopwatch 2, then you have a timer, which is different than a stopwatch, then your alarm, then your world time. So obviously you get a lot more out of this watch. Have I ever used any of those things? No, so I don't know if it's really quite necessary. I'm still unsure what this middle screen does. It looks like it moves in sync with the second hand, so that's cool. I did try to sync the seconds, but the buttons react slightly differently, so they're kind of a little bit off. This case, it does have these weird little holes in it. The regular G-Shock case feels much more complete, it didn't have too much afterthought. This seems like it's really just trying to look like this. I'm going to show you the lighting in a second, the backlight, but that is also different. And I'm going to also show you the size difference because this G-Shock Rescue is not significantly, but it is definitely thicker on the wrist. So if you're looking for a thinner type G-Shock, this is definitely going to be smaller on your wrist. As is the Casio Oaks too. Those are definitely small. But let me measure these for you and show you guys the backlight, and then kind of give you my thoughts on what I think you should get. First, let me jump in here and measure these for you. So the thickness here of the Amazon is sitting at right around 15.3 millimeters thick, when your thickness of the regular one, it's about 2 millimeters thicker. With straight across on the Rescue, sorry, this thing's hard to work with one hand. It's right about 45.5 straight across. So the Amazon one is actually slightly wider across on the wrist, so that's interesting. So this is going to take up more actual wrist space than the G-Shock Rescue is going to, but it's going to sit more flush to your wrist than the Rescue does. So you kind of have that battle there. Do you want thicker but maybe a little bit smaller looking, or do you want it to sit thinner on your wrist but take up more overall space? I think if you have a smaller wrist, this may still be your better option. But they both definitely have their perks when it comes to the size. Alright, so let me show you guys the backlighting on these. Hard to find it there for a second. So on the G-Shock, yeah, you got to push this button here, and you get the whole screen. And then on the Amazon one, you get the whole screen also, but the it's a different color green. It's also easier to see. This is more kind of your typical like Casio green color that you're used to. But it is interesting that it takes a button away, and it's this on the side on the Amazon, but here it's on the face. So you do have one extra button of functionality around the side. But they're both not bad, but I do kind of think the Amazon wins this one, which is shocking, but overall, yeah, I think it does win. So I guess the final thing we need to discuss is just the price difference. This is a $17 watch from Amazon. This is basically a $70 watch from G-Shock. Sure, you do get a lot more, but if you're looking to just enter this space and have a watch you could beat the crap out of, I would honestly, I think, recommend going with the Amazon. I'm shocked I'm saying that right now, but for the price difference, I think you're going to be happy with both, but I do think that for $17, how can you beat that? You know, it's crazy talk, man. It's giving you what you need. I've never used the tide tracker or the full moon, or, you know, you got your day of the week, you got your timer, you got your alarm. What else do you really need in a $17 watch? I'd recommend the Amazon. I'm shocked. I'm putting it on the record right now. If you're entering the G-Shock space and you want to enter at a fun price point and get quality, get the Amazon G-Shock. Thank you. Good night. I will see you guys all next time with hoping something a little less controversial. Thank you.